joining us.
Ladies and gentlemen, we welcome you. Good afternoon and welcome to Pechanga Resort and Casino. As we get set for the official weigh-ins this tomorrow night, Miller Lite once again presents Bellator MMA, our third time in 2015 here at this great casino, resort, and venue. So to the folks here at Pechanga, we thank you so much for having us out once again. We'll have the fighters on the scale just momentarily. Couple of quick reminders. Tomorrow, doors will open in the Grand Ballroom at 4 p.m. First fight, 4:45. So 45 minutes after doors. First fight inside the Bellator cage. We'll go live, as always, on Spike. The broadcast time, 9 p.m. Eastern time. And again, the main event, all seen live on Spike tomorrow night. 9 p.m. Eastern time is your official start time. Today's weigh-ins and tomorrow night's action, all sanctioned by and under the supervision of the California State Athletic Commission. Commissioner John Carvelli, Chair. Mr. Andy Foster, the Executive Director, is in attendance. Andy, thank you. I'm Mike Williams, the cage announcer for Bellator. Joining me on stage, as always, for the weigh-ins, the lovely ladies from Bellator MMA, Mercedes Terrell, Summer Daniels. Joining us momentarily on the stage, the one that'll kick it off. In fact, let's bring him up right now to put the fires on the scale. One half of the broadcast team, live on Spike, the fight analyst, if you would please. A nice hand for Mr. Jimmy Smith.
Oh my God, I love you too. Thank you so much. We're starting off in the preliminary rounds. Check us out on spike.com. We start out in the middleweight division, 185 pounds. Emiliano Sordi versus Aj Matthews. First to the scale, all the way from Argentina. Please welcome Emiliano Sordi. A record of 13-4 as a professional, 8 knockouts, 5 submissions. He stands 6'2". $185.6 for Emiliano Sordi. And his opponent, fighting out of Carlsbad, California. Please welcome Aj Matthews. A record of 7-3 as a pro, 5 wins by knockout.
Too much.
$184.8 for Aj Matthews. Let's give it up for the middleweights kicking off our show. Emiliano Sordi versus Aj Matthews. Moving down the scale to the lightweight division, 155 pounds, Brent Primis versus Derrick Anderson. First to the scale, fighting out of Portland, Oregon, Brent Primis. Undefeated as a professional, 5-0, all of them finishes, 4 submissions, 1 knockout. $155.4 for Brent Primis. And his opponent, fighting out of San Diego, California, please welcome Derrick Anderson. A record of 12-1 as a pro, 5 knockouts, 6 submissions. He stands 6 foot. $156.2 is going to take off the shorts. Nothing to see here, ladies. Just calm down. It's just a tarp. 155.8 for Derrick Anderson.
We ain't missing weight. That's good. Good.
Let's give it up for the lightweights, Brent Primis versus Derrick Anderson. Give it up for him, ladies and gentlemen. On to the featherweight division, 145 pounds, Arlene Blenko versus Marloes Coenen in a women's featherweight fight. First to the scale, fighting out of New South Wales, Australia. Please welcome Arlene Blenko. Record of 6-4 as a pro, 3 knockouts, 1 submission. No. 145.8 for Arlene Blenko. And please welcome her opponent, fighting out of Amsterdam, Netherlands, Marloes Coenen. A record of 22-6, 3 knockouts, 16 submissions. $145.6 for Marloes Coenen. In the women's division, Arlene Blenko versus Marloes Coenen at 145. Give it up for him. Next up, a fight in the women's flyweight division, 125 pounds, Maria Rios versus Emanuel Mcfarland. First to scale, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Please welcome Maria Rios. A record of 2-2. She stands 5'5". $125.4 for Maria Rios. And her opponent, fighting out of San Diego, California. Please welcome Emanuel Mcfarland. Undefeated at 1-0. She stands 5'4".
You know what? I don't use your. Like my brain is so fast.
$125.2 for Emanuel Mcfarland. In the women's 125-pound division, Maria Rios versus Emanuel Mcfarland. Give it up for him.
Good luck.
In the featherweight division, 145 pounds, James Barnes versus Aj Mckee. First to scale, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Please welcome James Barnes. Undefeated at 4-0, 2 knockouts, 2 submissions. 145 on the dot for James Barnes. And his opponent, fighting out of Long Beach, California, please welcome Aj Mckee. Undefeated at 1-0, that one win by submission. $145.8 for Aj Mckee. Battle of the up-and-comers at featherweight, James Barnes versus Aj Mckee. Give it up for him. Now in the welterweight division, 170 pounds, Steven Stryker versus Curtis Millender. Versus scale, fighting out of Los Angeles, California. Please welcome Steven Stryker. Record of 4-3, 3 wins by knockout. $170.4 for Steven Stryker. And his opponent, fighting out of San Bernardino, California, please welcome Curtis Millender. A record of 7-2 as a pro, 2 wins by knockout. He stands 6'3". $170.6 for Curtis Millender.
Hey guys, hold on 1 second. Let's get on the floor.
A welterweight showdown, Steven Stryker versus Curtis Millender. Give it up for him.
All right guys, good luck tomorrow.
Now in the featherweight division, 145 pounds, Lizette Neri versus A.J. Jenkins. First to scale, fighting out of Rosemead, California. Please welcome Lizette Neri. 6-2 as a pro, 4 wins by knockout. 143.2 for Lizette Neri. And her opponent, fighting out of Temecula, California, please welcome A.J. Jenkins. Very experienced at 18-6, 7 wins by knockout, 10 by submission. $144.4 for A.J. Jenkins.
What? My smile is amazing. My smile is awesome.
Let's give it up for the ladies at 145 pounds. Lizette Neri versus A.J. Jenkins.
How's training going, man? Can't wait.
Moving up to the light heavyweight division, 205 pounds, Luke Bondole versus Ray Sloan. First to the scale, fighting out of Huntington Beach, California. Please welcome Luke Bandole. A record of 4-1-2, 1 win by submission. He stands 6'2". 203.4 for Luke Bandole. And his opponent fighting out of Oceanside, California. Please welcome Ray Sloan. Undefeated at 8-0, 6 wins by submission. .202 on the dot for Ray Sloan. Let's give it up for the light heavyweights, Luke Bandole versus Ray Sloan, ladies and gentlemen. And our final preliminary fight in the welterweight division, 170 pounds, Gabriel Big Leo Lee versus Johnny Cisneros. First to the scale, fighting out of San Diego, California. Please welcome Gabriel Big Leo Lee. A record of 9-7, 7 wins by knockout. .170.2 for Gabriel Big Leo Lee. And his opponent fighting out of Laguna Niguel, California. Please welcome Johnny Cisneros. Record of 8-4 as a pro, 5 wins by knockout. .170.8 for Johnny Cisneros. It's our final preliminary fight, 170 pounds, Gabriel Big Leo Lee versus Johnny Cisneros. Give it up for him.
Hands up, boys. All right, guys. Good luck tomorrow night.
Now on to the televised portion of our show. Of course, check us out on Spike TV. We start out in the heavyweight division, 265 pounds, Lorenzo Hood versus Raphael Butler. First to the scale, fighting out of Chicago, Illinois. Please welcome Lorenzo Hood. A record of 9-2, all of those wins by knockout. He stands 6'3". Like, hold on. 256.2 for Lorenzo Hood. Lorenzo, 9 wins, all of them by knockout. Does the streak continue tomorrow night?
I don't see it going any different than that, man.
And his opponent, fighting out of Rochester, Minnesota, please welcome Raphael Butler. A record of 9-1-1. He stands 6'3". All of his wins, finishes, 6 knockouts, 3 submissions. $260.2 for Raphael Butler. 18 wins between you two fighters, all of them finishes. What can the fans look forward to tomorrow night?
Well, a finish, really.
Men, a few words. I love it. They'll be kicking off the televised portion of our show on Spike TV. Lorenzo Hood versus Raphael Butler. Don't miss it. The next fight also in the heavyweight division, 265 pounds, Josh Burns versus Justin Wren, first to the scale, fighting out of Detroit, Michigan. Please welcome Josh Burns. A record of 12-8 as a pro, 7 wins by knockout, 2 by submission. $262.8 for Josh Burns. Josh, your opponent has had a long layoff from MMA. How do you plan to welcome him back tomorrow night?
We're just going to have a nice, solid fight and please all the fans.
And his opponent, fighting out of Arlington, Texas, please welcome Justin Wren. A record of 13-2 as a pro, 8 knockouts, 4 submissions. He stands 6'3". I'm jealous of heavyweights that can weigh in with all their clothes on, huh? What? 246 on the dot for Justin Wren.
Ready? Yeah, man.
Justin, all you've done in the last 5 years outside of MMA, fighting for something more than yourself, how does that help you tomorrow night?
I'm more focused than ever. I have more of a reason to fight. Man, I've been a fighter for a long time, but now I have something and some people to fight for. So that's my pygmy family in the Congo. I'm ready to go.
Let's give it up for the heavyweights. Our second fight on Spike TV, Josh Burns versus Justin Wren. Give it up for him. Next up, a fight everyone is looking forward to in the lightweight division, 155 pounds, Syed Awad versus Patricio Pitbull, first to the scale, fighting out of San Bernardino, California. Please welcome Syed Awad. A record of 18-6, 7 knockouts, 7 submissions. 155.8 for Syed Awad. Syed, you told me something very interesting about this fight. You said, if I go in there and get reckless and get finished, I'd rather do that looking for a knockout. That's how bad I want to finish this fight tomorrow night. Tell me why.
I'm just coming to take his head off, regardless. I'm not letting this go to the judges.
And his opponent, all the way from Natal, Brazil, please welcome Patricio Pitbull. A record of 13-6 as a professional, 9 wins by knockout, 1 by submission. $156 on the dot for Patricio Pitbull. You heard what Syed Awad had to say, that he wants a knockout finish in this fight. This isn't going to the judges. Does he agree this isn't going the distance?
Yes, of course. I'm dominate the fight.
Don't blink in this one at 155 pounds. Syed Awad versus Patricio Pitbull.
You want the next. You want the next. You want the next. You want the next. You know. You want the next. You want the next. You want the next.
I'm just here to protect the Bellator girls. Throwing that out there right now for you guys. All right, bam. You guys good? All right, cool. I did my job. On to our main event in the lightweight division. Brandon Girtz versus Melvin Guillard, first to the scale, fighting out of Minneapolis, Minnesota. Please welcome Brandon Girtz. A record of 11-4, 1 knockout, 7 submissions. $155.8 for Brandon Girtz. Brandon, the biggest name of your career, the biggest spotlight of your career, but you have exuded nothing but confidence leading into this fight. Tell me why.
Just tune in tomorrow and you'll see why they put me in the main event.
And his opponent, fighting out of Coconut Creek, Florida, please welcome Melvin Guillard. Record of 32, 14-2, 21 knockouts, 2 submissions. $155.4 for Melvin Guillard. Melvin, you told me this is a new start to your career. You're more focused, you're more prepared than you've ever been. What does that mean for Brandon Girtz tomorrow night?
The best words Mike Tyson said, everybody has a plan until they get hit.
Our main event at 155 pounds, Brandon Girtz versus Melvin Guillard. Give it up for him. We love coming here to the Pechanga Resort and Casino. Temecula, you are outstanding. We'll see you at the fight tomorrow night.
Jimmy Smith, thank you very much. Mr. Scott Coker, the fighters, for those that have joined us here for the official weigh-ins, we thank you as well. Tomorrow night, Miller Lite presents Bellator MMA. Tickets are available now right outside Pechanga box office just across the casino floor, or you can log on to pechanga.com for tickets for tomorrow night's event. Again, doors open at 4 o'clock. First fights inside the Bellator cage, 4:45, 9 p.m. Eastern time. The start time, as always, as we go live on Spike. Miller Lite presents it all. We thank you for joining us, and we'll see you tomorrow night for Bellator MMA.